So I remember having the stomach flu one time as an adult. I know you thought this was supposed to be a behind the music. We're getting there, I promise. So it was probably a gazillion years ago because I'm a dinosaur, I'm getting old. But I found myself on the bottom bunk of my daughter's bunk bed, completely unable to move in the fetal position with the stomach flu. I know if you've had the stomach flu, you're already going through like, oh, you remember it, it was awful, the pukes, the everything else that happens with the stomach flu. Horrible. A few years ago, when this happened, before COVID, I think it was 24 hours fever-free and then you could get on an airplane. Maybe it was 48, I can't remember. But I do remember that I had an extremely important trip coming up. Cliff and I were heading down to the Dominican Republic with a child sponsorship organization that we were partnered up with at the time. And I sponsored a little girl in the Dominican Republic named Soriani, so I was scheduled to go and visit her, and it was just going to be an awesome time. We were taking the camera, we were going to get some video, take some pictures, we were going to get to meet our sponsor child, see what work we were doing in their community. We're going to get to meet some of the leaders in their community. It was just going to be an awesome trip, but here I was, extremely ill with a stomach flu, staring down the possibility that I'm going to have to cancel this trip. Soriani knows I'm coming. The child sponsorship organization, all these people are depending on me to come and to visit and to be there. And here I am, fetal position, sick with a stomach flu, with a strong possibility of not going. So I remember my wife and I praying like, Lord, you have to move. We need a healing. We need things to get better. And sure enough, the Lord moved. I think it was like 36 hours before the flight. Fever broke. Cliff comes, picks me up. We head to Nashville to get on the airplane to go to the Dominican Republic. We met Cliff's sponsored child first. Another little girl, just lives like right down the street from my sponsor daughter, Soriani. We're singing Amazing Grace in their little house, which is really not much bigger than my studio here at home. The grandmother of this little girl and the little girl's there, and then our manager Derek is there, and it's just this, it's real powerful like move of the presence and the power of God. I think everybody in the room, we were aware of it. Well, we were very much aware of what God was doing in that little small house in the Dominican Republic. Fast forward a few hours later, I get to meet my sponsor daughter, Soriani. We'll spend a few nights there visiting some other villages and going to some different places and visiting some other kids in the program. And then we come home, and Cliff and I had a write scheduled in Nashville because we're working on a new record. This is where the behind the music comes in. So we get off the plane, we go straight into the studio. Our good friend Ian Eskelin, who produced quite a few songs on the Guys on the Move record, we go to his house. We're working with him and another good friend, Tony Wood, who we had written several songs with in the past. But Hopes and Dreams was the song that we wrote. We were so excited about that song. We'd spent a few hours on it, writing it. Thought it was great. It was going to be on the record. Everybody was so excited. And then we had about 45 minutes left before we had to get out of there. And Ian kind of walks out of the room and he says, does anybody have any other ideas? Praise God for my friend Tony, because he opened up his little notebook, his little black book of ideas that he had. And he said, I got this idea. I got this title. I got this idea. I got this thing. And it's called God is on the Move. And boy, did I not even realize that in that moment with that one title, that one sentence, that one interaction, that my life and my friends' lives, my family's life, tons of people's lives are about to change forever. Because it was exactly what I was feeling in the room with the girls and the grandma and the manager and my best friend singing Amazing Grace. It didn't matter if we were in the Dominican Republic in the smallest little shack on the planet, or if we were in the most gigantic mega church in America. God was still moving the exact same powerful, mighty, and awesome way. And as Tony opened his mouth and said, I got this idea, God is on the move. 45 minutes later, the song was written. And that song, that one song from that 45-minute session of 4 guys getting together and sharing our hearts and reluctantly tossing out titles that we didn't know were good or bad, or ideas that we thought stink or was really good. That one song took us around the world ministering to people everywhere. Whether it was a 2-year-old singing God is on the Roof or God is on the Moon, I think that was probably the most popular one, or whether it was a grandma or a college student or a middle-aged married couple or newlyweds or teenagers or whatever. This song spoke to the hearts of people, because no matter who you are, no matter where you've been, no matter what you've done, when you step into the way of Jesus and you're submitting to His will and you're walking with Him, when you hear God is on the move, you know exactly what we're talking about. And it's so amazing to look back and know that, like, the enemy was fighting, and he didn't want me to go to the Dominican and experience that. He didn't want me to end up in Nashville riding with Tony and Ian. Didn't want me to go around the world to the Philippines and back again, singing this song at the top of my lungs, witnessing thousands of people coming to know Jesus. But it's interesting because the part that Mikey played, the part that I played, was so small when I look back. And I see this big God at work with these amazing, talented people. And just God's Spirit moving and working and weaving our lives and our stories and everything together. I'm so grateful to have been in the room. I'm so grateful to have taken part in this song. I'm so grateful that I got to sing this song. And more importantly, I'm so grateful that I got to share the heart of God with the world through this song, God is on the Move. That's why every time I go in to write a song, I'm on the edge of my seat like a kid on Christmas, because you don't know the gift that God is about to toss into your lap. So it's an anticipation of what God is about to do through your friends and your music, and really your obedience to being in the ministry. So anyways, I'm Mikey, band 7th Time Down. This is our Behind the Music, and that was God is on the Move.